Hello Taurus, how you doing? Welcome to your energy reading here on the Astroflower for the following week. How you doing? 2026 readings are out. I don't know if you've seen it. Absolutely amazing reading for Taurus. Really good reading for Taurus. The messages from energy has also came out this week, and it's all about communication, really. And you start using your sort of clairvoyant side of things. So let's just get into your reading. We're going to we're going to mix it up this week here. We're going to sort of get into your, let's see, the energies. Let's just connect to the energies there. We get the neutral point. So let's see what's going on with the energies there. There's a slight sort of trepidation about financial or paperwork or administration. There just seems to be a lot of that seems to be at the moment. You have the tools in order to get the success you want. Yeah, it's if it was easy, it would be boring. Okay, so yeah, there is complications upon the way, but all I'm trying to say is you've got everything that you need within you to deal with every sort of situation. And I think in order to, to calm those doubts and to conquer those fears, it's a case of doing one thing after another, being very systematic about it. And also cleaning out stuff that you don't need to hold on to, that you don't really need to worry about. Okay, that's the general sort of reading, general sort of energies there. Now that could be on your relationship side as much as on your financial side. But I do think it's more on your sort of financial side than your relationship side. Because, as a fellow earth sign, we know how important work is, right? So, yes. Let's just have a look and see what's going on your chakra system there. And see, let's just pick out the chakras. So we've got the 0 point energy there. We've got the crown and the root. We're going through the sequencing. It goes quite quickly. I think you will really enjoy doing the nitty gritty. Getting little things working correctly. Getting those, as I say, getting the T's crossed and the I's dotted. One thing at a time. And I think this is going to, this momentum that you can build out of this, it builds into the sacrum, and it is built to a fundamental desire of what you want in life, and it's the needs that you are creating at the moment. That's what it seems to be, the needs that you're creating in order to experience your wants. That's the way manifestation works. If I want a sandwich, I need to get some bread. It's as simple as that. And if you approach it like that, I think it's going to become very clear for you the fundamental things. So your sacrum energy is going to be really keyed into that fundamental things, the fundamental desires, in order to fulfill your heart's desires. Okay? Is there another chakra that's sort of speaking mainly? It does go into... Now, that was the funny thing. On the messages from energy, there was a combination between the heart and the throat chakra. And it seems to be your thing here. I think once you get things in order, once you get the steps going, one thing after another, I think you're actually going to really enjoy expressing what you want out of life. And that's the next step in manifesting what you want. It is expressing it. So then the universe can know what you want, and it will orientate itself according to. And I think that you're really going to enjoy this. There seems to be a real bubbly moment. Let's just see if we can get any visions out of that. It's communicating with people. And yeah, I think there's one or two that are really important. So it could be someone that you work with, or, you have hobbies with. You have that sort of connection. That's really good. And it's really sort of like more sort of intimate sort of like exchange. But there is another aspect which is built upon almost like like a professional basis, like your clients. Say like you're running a shop, and you're getting a lot of people coming through the door. You're going to be meeting a lot of people, and it's the little things you say, sort of saying, "Oh, this coffee's really lovely," and kind of going, "Yeah, hopefully we're going to get this and be nice and be able to do this." Oh, right, yeah, that'd be lovely. So before you know it, they're investing in your future. And if you start approaching it like that, I think that's where you get the whole heart to throat scenario. And it is like a welling, like a wave that comes into the system. Absolutely beautiful. Let's just have a look at your Astroflower, shall we? Let's just bring up your Astroflower. Here it is here. It's coming through the mist. And there it is there. Okay, let's just have a look at that. We've got the general energies that's running through here. A lot of intuition going on here, and I think this is where your sacrum energy can really help you a lot. Feeling the situation. Look at that. The two cards that just wanted to come out. You get the Star card and you get the Ten of Cups. And it does go like this. So you got the Star card on your financial side and the Ten of Cups on your relationship side. And we saw that in the 2026 reading as well. I think here is... Look, she is concentrating on all aspects of her life, the land and the water, and she's been shone upon by the entire universe. This is ultimate dream, and I think you've got to have that clear within you. Once you've got that clear within you, it's very easy for you to go about it and get things sorted and get things done. You also have the Ten of Cups. And I think there is a realization that is within you that's kind of like, I think you're cutting yourself a bit of slack in regards to relationships and connections with other people, and realizing that it's not always your fault. But it's not always the fault of the other person either. And recognizing your strengths and weaknesses will all of a sudden will allow you to construct something which is much more within your sort of scope, or you're much more in your sort of spectrum of sort of joy and happiness. Let's just see what's going on the financial sort of side. Seems to be really playing into this section here. It's how you convert your karmic path into your future. And it does seem to play a lot with the sacrum here. And I think you need to be very laser focused on what you're getting here. Yeah, you're stepping into a whole new world. You have a great opportunity to, although you may not change your job and everything like that, I think the new world is the way in which you engage and the way in which you do things. Very small changes can make huge effects. So if I'm setting off on a sailing boat from Europe, let's just say I'm heading to America from Portugal. Okay, so I've got to go across the Atlantic. But if I just change by 1 degree, that changes enormously between, whether I land in Florida or New York. Do you know what I mean? And it's those subtle changes, I think, which is going to put a whole new world onto you. In your connections to the outside world, this is like networking card and so forth. You get the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, good hard work. I do think there's a lot of people coming in with you into your life here. I do think you're networking a lot, and could be very short networking, as I said, where someone comes in to your shop or your cafe and they sort of say, "Oh, it'd be nice to do this," and we kind of go, "Well, we were thinking about doing this," and that's networking. It's like getting customer feedback and so forth. From the past, you got the Two of Pentacles. It's already been revealed to you where to make your money, where to get the best out of your career path, where to get the best out of your own personal projects within your life. And it's now a time to start enacting that. And in the future self, look at that. You get the King of Pentacles. It's you. I think this is where this is where your sacrum's got to play in, from the world, going from the world to the King of Pentacles. It's finding out you're finding you in all of this. And it is You're concentrating on what benefits you in a way. And I think that's very good. In the here and now, so it's in just engaging with life in general on the material side of life, what you're doing is you're cultivating. See, look, you've got these Two of Pentacles that are already working. Now, that's in the past. That's behind you. Now you're looking at these Five of Pentacles that are in front of you. And these Five of Pentacles, usually Five of Pentacles is associated with being stuck out in the cold. And I think maybe that's where the little worries are coming in. It's not that you're gambling, but you need it to work. And I think in order to do that, you are concentrating on your pathway. You're concentrating on the results that can come out of this and what makes it for you. And this sets you apart from everybody else. And that can give you the sensation of being on your own, although you may be working with lots of people. And the 7 is a revelation. So it's revealing to you with every little step you take gets you to that King of Pentacles. What's the card that runs through the whole thing? You've got the 8 of Cups. And that 8 of Cups is all about curiosity. It's also looking within your workspace, what gives you joy, what makes you excited, and what also fulfills you. And I think you've got to go on this journey of discovering, to exploring and allowing that star to come to the surface. Let's just have a quick look and see what's going on the relationship side. Okay, this comes from here, and I think this is where the difficulty is, and I think this is the past. It's played into the throat chakra, but it doesn't play out the front of the throat chakra. It's playing behind it, as if there's a sort of, you may be speaking to someone that you haven't spoken to for a long time. It brings up a lot of things to the surface, which actually gives you understanding and may even give you closure on something. And so that does fill you with joy, because now you're explaining what you want to explore in life, because you're starting to get a bit more confirmation on your work side. And that can help you when you're exploring with everything and everyone that is around you. On your karmic path, you get the Devil card. I think you, there's some sort of closure that needs to happen. And it almost could be like in the sense of closure on, why do I have to keep feeling like this? And it may not necessarily be closure with a person. It may be a closure with an ideal that is within you. That's what it seems to be playing here. In your connections to everybody that is around you, you get the Fool. There is a leap of faith to do. Yeah, there is most definitely a leap of faith to do. And that leap of faith is, and I will say as well, the Devil card is all about, the devil's in the detail. And this what seems to be also a part of it, of getting pieces of a puzzle that you didn't have before. And the Hierophant is in the past. The Hierophant is a marriage card, so this could be like a past relationship, but it's a spiritual growth that's happening here. And it could even be something very physical. It's understanding, it could be, physically how you engaged with someone. Were you physically present when you were supposed to be present? That sort of thing. Or were they physically present when they were supposed to be present? Rather than were they elsewhere? And this is giving you an enormous insight into your own spirit. And look what comes in the future. Justice. That's where you get closure. There is a great balance that comes into here, and a great happiness after difficulty, a possibility here. But you do have to play your own devil's advocate. You do have to look at the detail and so forth. What's coming up? How should you engage in the world? Look at that. You've got the 7 of Wands. You've got 2 sevens now in the here and now. This is a revelation week for you, Taurus. An enormously very good revelation week for you. And that's revealing to you the on the Seven of Wands, you've got 6 wands in the background, which is your victory. Obviously, you've had to deal with something in the past, and it feels like a victory to you, and it's made a lot of determination to be on the pathway, which is good for you. And it's also a bit like, with this Judgment, there's a bit like, you know, she's also sort of saying, you know, this is my pathway, you know, back off, as it were, or, you know, don't come too close. And I think there's a certain degree of understanding and positioning that you're taking. And 10 of Wands. Yeah, you know, when I was feeling that sort of section there, and how's it play out with the chakras, it was a sensation that maybe you're carrying too much on your side, and this is probably why you need closure. And you might have chalked up a lot of things, sort of saying, "Oh, that was my fault. That was my fault. That was," or you may have even chalked it up the other way, sort of saying, "That was their fault. That was their fault. That was their fault," and you're kind of going, "You know, I did." You can't hide from yourself. You know that. I know that. Everybody knows that. And I wouldn't, because it's only holding you back from your own happiness. So when you recognise it, kind of going, you know, you can hold your hand up and kind of go, "Yeah, well, I shouldn't have done that. You know, or I should have been like that." And sometimes we don't even know. It's not something nasty. It's just a case of self-realisation. And that's what it seems to be like this week for you. Amazing reading, Taurus. Absolutely beautiful. So glad you're here. Thanking you very much for subscribing, liking and sharing. It's beautiful to see your comments as well. Don't forget about the messages from Energy as well, and the lives that we do on this channel, and obviously your yearly reading that's out already. I will see you soon. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.